Now also imagine back in the days when they had those cities with this beautiful architecture, this creative, very beautiful ornaments, everything was very detailed, everything was very refined. Imagine the music that was playing was mainly, I mean, mostly basically, I mean, I can't even come up with anything else, would be classical music and the type of classical music or classical music derived music played on live instruments. Just imagine how peaceful that must have been. That's, the levels, the noise was not that high. Nobody needed to pump their stereo like super loud. There was no bass that constantly was doing boom, 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 boom. That drives you crazy. Even if you're miles away, you can hear it. It's the things, the frequencies that you cannot shut down, you cannot shut out. It's just constantly present, making you anxious, nervous, without many of you even realizing and understanding that that's what's happening to you. It's causing anxiety. Anxiety causes depression, and so on and so on and so on and so on. It turns into rage. Sometimes people get violent and aggressive without even sometimes seemingly having a reason. But there is a reason. There's an underlying reason that they're constantly surrounded by all these disturbances, these distracting things that just constantly terrorize their insides, the frequency of their heart, the frequency of their lungs, the frequency of their inner organs that have their own frequency, and this other frequency from outside directly impacts and forces, tries to change or override the frequency on the inside, which is, you can imagine, it's a battle within your body. In that battle, you feel as if some kind of force that is constantly, some kind of pressure that constantly is, making you nervous, making you, just an unrest, causing you unrest, without, like I said, most of the time even realizing and understanding, being aware of why or where it has its source. And so what we do is we just pop pills. We go to the doctor, we go to psychiatrists, they make up all sorts of stupid shit why we have these problems, whereas nobody's really looking into the source of all this aggravation that we have in our environment constantly. You're not even safe from these crazy sounds, even when you move far away into the country or backcountry. I mean, there's always some kind of crap that comes around that is produced by us. If nothing else, there are planes up in the sky all the time. Stuff like that, if nothing else. Or some loggers cutting trees down, and you have to listen to that. Or some farmer running their tractors and their, leaf blowers and their gardening equipment and stuff, and that just echoes miles and miles around, And imagine being in the cities, in those parks that we see in the paintings, that we see in the old photographs, that people leisurely, in peace, walking around with each other, having conversations, peaceful conversations, kids playing. Nowadays, you don't have that. You go to a park, especially here in the U.S., you have some kids coming with freaking with phones, or even older people, like I've noticed, even like I've even explained in some other videos before. Older people get on the phone on the beach and play loud music, talk to somebody without their headphones, and you have to hear that screeching sounds of somebody on the other side yelling into the speaker, and it's a mess. Then you have people coming with stereos because they somehow think that because they enjoy certain music, you have to listen to it too, and the whole entire park or the whole forest has to hear that music. There's just no consideration, no sensitivity to anybody else than, like I said, self-absorbed creatures on the way to self-destruction. That's what that is. It's like running, like a program is being activated that we just go into self-destruct mode. So you don't have any peace. Even where you go to the places where you would always usually find peace, you no longer have any peace. There's always somebody's going to come up with some kind of crappy, disturbing stuff, some kind of noisy thing, some kind of noisy activity, some kind of noisy device, and they're gonna be right there. It's just you can't avoid it. Then you try to walk away. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna walk away to somewhere else where somebody else is doing something. Yeah, it's no, you can't win. You know, it's. And then of course what we do, we support depopulation. We want each other or people to be exterminated, and that goes exactly by the plan of the who. Like I mentioned in the earlier other videos before previous videos, goes, you know, exactly by the plan of those how I call them, and other people will call them the same way, parasites. Parasites that came, took the credit for all this that was already built here, moved this so-called civilization into those cities, into those towns, into those settlements, and took credit for it as if they established this amazing society that now they're providing all these means for it to finally get civilized and modern and advanced, you know. So now we have this plastic life. Everything is plastic. Everything is ugly looking. Cars, you know, for a while now, well, you have cars that they're not appealing. Very few cars look nice. Other than that, it's just like a robotic. There's somebody invented some kind of shape, and now they all copy each other. It's like all looks the same. Nothing special about it anymore. Nothing customized. Nothing you would be proud of. You know, that's why so many people cannot escape their true nature. So they keep finding the ways to customize things, because that's that's what we are. We are the pinnacle of customization. We like to customize things because that's our true innate nature, to be creative, to, you know, stick out, to do something different, to be genuine, to be innovative. That's what that is. So you can see that coming out of the cracks, that true nature that is being denied to us, that is being lied about. So stick to that, and learn where that comes from, and how this must have been in the past, where people were actually free and supported in that. Just imagine how that would work. And then you're gonna slowly get to the picture, the big picture, how these places used to look like and how they used to feel like. Much more than look like, how they felt like. People are nice. When people are in peace, they're not aggressive. When they're not displaying these aggressive, obnoxious behaviors. They don't need that. That's to them, that makes no sense. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself, and why would you do that to your environment? Because that's then what you get back. Whatever you give out, that's what you get back. So if you're constantly loud, obnoxious, aggressive, violent, your environment is going to give you that back, because that's what you're giving. You can't get back something you've never given. You see? So then we get into this vicious cycle of constantly aggravating each other, constantly terrorizing each other, and never be at peace with each other. Always be in a state of war. If not physical, then it's mental, which sometimes, or most of the time, it's even worse than physical. Physical at least comes to an end, you know, with unluckily somebody being dead. You know, mentally that never ends. This is mental aggravation that just drives you insane. But you have to live. You have no choice of just disappearing. So you have to live in that madness, and just deal with it daily, every single day, every single moment. Yeah.